What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and we are back again for another Trove. Today we're going to try and keep it as very calm, cool, and relaxed as we can because I'm very sick right now, and because of it, I kind of go, I'm going to try my best to keep this video concise and just talk about some of the topics that I usually get very regularly. We're going to be hanging out in Team Pixel just because I am uploading right now, and unfortunately, I am teleporting around like Goku because Canadian internet sucks. So the most common question that I always get is people always asking why I don't do longer Trove videos. The biggest reason? Burnout. Straight up, everybody. That's the biggest reason is burnout. If I was playing Trove for longer episodes, it means that I would also not be able to have Trove coming out every single day. Even though I don't always have Trove episodes in the Let's Play series coming out every day, I still have like special videos and stuff like that coming out on the days that I don't, maybe I'll have a stream go out or something like that. Either way, I try my best to fill up every single day with Trove because that's what all of you want. And because of that, being like on this game for well over a year, have to be very, very careful that I don't end up burning myself out with this game and not wanting to play it anymore. So I kind of got to pace myself, and that's the biggest reason that I have the shorter episodes. Not to mention, if I had longer episodes, it means that Trove wouldn't be out as often because of the amount of time that it takes for rendering and uploading, especially uploading on my terrible Canadian internet, and with the quality that I'm actually putting these videos out as. So that covers that topic. The other thing too is most people always, most people, there's not many of you, but some people always question the whole G-rated. What does it even mean in the first place? It means general audience, meaning that everybody can watch it. That's what I like to try and do. And although I myself as a person and content creator try to keep things as G-rated as possible for myself, and I focus more on kid-friendly games and stuff like that, but every now and then there will be a game that comes out that might be mature or something like that, and I'm not going to shy away from playing that just because I enjoy it. Like Doom is going up on the channel right now, and I don't expect any of you to actually be interested in it. And if you're very, very young, I wouldn't even recommend watching it because that game's very, very violent. But for myself personally, I'm a huge Doom fan, and despite the fact that I keep myself G-rated in those videos, doesn't mean that I can really do anything about the game. So I just wanted to cover all bases with that topic right there, because people are always asking me, why do you do this? Why don't you swear? Personally, it's kind of a little bit of a belief of mine. Belief, that sounds strange. Let me rephrase and say, I think there's too much swearing out on the internet, and that's why I do my best not to. Because I think that YouTubers in general, and I really hope that you don't misunderstand and think that this is egotistical here. I think YouTubers in general, like you look at some of the top YouTubers, and they're kind of like an influence for most people. And because they swear, most people think that they need to swear in order to be successful. I'm hoping that someday I can be as successful, if not as successful as them, but I'm hoping that I can actually be successful enough in my YouTube career that I could end up coming to the point where I'm, a little bit of an influence enough to be able to say that, no, you don't need to just copy everybody, and you don't need to swear and be evil and stuff like that, right? And it's all for kids, right? Like, kids are the majority of people that actually watch YouTube anyway, so that's the biggest reason why. The other thing, too, is my stats, too. Here's all of my stats, just the basic stats right there. This is why I can handle U9 no problem, because lots of people for some reason seem to think that the Shadowhunter's overpowered. I'm just going to say it flat out and just say anybody who says that the Shadowhunter's overpowered, or some people actually say that he needs a nerf, I'm just going to say this as politely as I can and just say get over yourself, because that means that you're not actually at the end game. If you have endgame gear and if you have these same stats that I do on any class, you can pretty much handle yourself no problem in U9. I'm just going to kind of skim over these. You can just pause the video if you want to actually see all the stats. I got to swap this out. I still don't have ideal gems, but I haven't really had the time to grind them up, not to mention the amount of gem dust that it actually costs to level these up really, really sucks. Like, it's absolutely terrible. But yeah, so just to say straight up, everybody, if you have all of these types of gems on a Neon Ninja, you might actually be out damaging old Scythe Poo on the Shadowhunter, just because the Neon Ninja handles a crowd a little bit better, because melee weapons aren't as laggy, as influenced by lag, I'll say, as long-range characters. So you can pretty much play as every character in the game. I wanted to cover that topic too because people have been asking a lot lately as they've added this gem system and the idea that there's builds in this game. People have kind of started to overcalculate it, or overcomplicate it is the right word, I mean, and think that, you know, which class is the best, which one's the better than the other ones. At the end of the day, the reason that I play the Shadowhunter is because I find him fun. I like shooting things with a machine gun. He's not the best class, by no means. Neon Ninja, after his recent buff, is actually one of, if not the strongest physical damage character in the game, while the Gunslinger might actually end up taking the cake for the best ranged character. Now, lots of people at the end game are gonna argue otherwise, but we've been testing it out a little bit. I've been testing it out with Joe, and we're both convinced that he might actually be better. Even though he doesn't shoot as often as the Shadowhunter, the fact of the matter is that his shots do a lot more damage and he can use his ultimate a lot more often. So based on that, Shadowhunter might, or Gunslinger might end up being one of the best. Also, whenever we go into Ultra Shadow Towers and stuff like that, usually Joe and me will focus on getting as many Gunslingers as possible because, and maybe a Neon Ninja to kind of snare them all and stuff like that. And yeah, you don't really need to focus on anything else. Then there's a couple other topics right here that I want to cover, which means that in the next Trove episode, we may end up skipping over the comment of the day, unless I can still find something else that I can add to the video. But lots of people have been asking, can you make a video showcasing the different class gem abilities? I already have a video on every single class gem ability, everybody. I do. So you can always check the video description because I have links to pretty much everything that's like an important video on Trove. So it's always good to check that out. You know, I know that YouTube in itself is a little bit overcomplicated when you're searching for a specific video on a channel. That's why I use playlists like crazy. So you can always go and check out any of my Trove playlists as well to see whether or not I have a video that's already covers the topic. The other thing too is about the class gem ability for the Tomb Raiser. It has been fixed. The devs did talk about buffing it or changing it into something else, which unfortunately they didn't do, but whatever. The way that it works right now is when you use the class gem ability for the Tomb Raiser, you keep the Banshee's boon effect, but you also summon the Banshee. So that's fine, that's good. It pretty much just makes him a better character. So if you main the Tomb Raiser, yes, definitely end up getting the gem. Then there is also a similar topic that I already just kind of covered right there, is people asking like which classes are funner to play. That's all personal preference. I can't answer that one. Of course, I'll put most of these comments too. Like, I just want to say as well, most of these comments and comments of the day and stuff like that, I have in Comments Cove in Team Pixel. So you can always go check that out, find the episode number tag, and then you could just go and find that episode if it has a question that you want answered. Can you make a guide on how to get gem dust fast? No, I can't, because there is no way to get gem dust fast. You have to just grind. It sucks. That's what Trove is now. And unfortunately, since they ended up nerfing shadow drops in normal adventure worlds, it means that grinding in U9, like, I really don't know what the devs are thinking with this one. I'm gonna try and not go too much on a tangent with this one, but pretty much the way that Trove is right now, and that's one of the reasons that I haven't been playing it as often lately, is because they took away the one reason to actually grind U9 and stuff like that, and that was to find shadow items so that, you know, you're grinding gem dust in adventure worlds and stuff like that, while normally you would get shadow items so that you could end up getting your flux. Now, what the devs have actually done with that is they've taken that aspect out, and they're starting to try and desperately push the shadow towers as the place where you're gonna be grinding out for flux. What the devs never seem to realize, like, they just, since day one, they haven't gotten it into their heads. I don't know if they love the idea of the shadow towers or something like that, or maybe it's just because they don't really play Trove as often as they used to. They still hop onto Trove, but when I say play Trove, I mean they used to actually grind and level up their characters, and they were very much more in touch with where this game was and how it actually feels and how boring things are. Because what the devs don't seem to realize is shadow towers are one of, if not the most boring aspect of the game, right next to PvP, at least for me anyway. I know some people love PvP, but shadow towers, I think, just, again, here I am going on a tangent. What I think personally they should do is get rid of shadow towers, make it so that you can either just go through the portal and fight the boss and that's it, it's just a challenge, or move all the bosses into the Everdark, because that portal is absolutely useless right now. And the fact of the matter is that being able to grind Titan Souls and Lunar Souls would be fantastic if you could go into the Everdark. Imagine you open the Colosseum and you have Ultra Daughter of the Moon come down and you fight her in that arena or something. Or better yet, Ultra Spiky and Daughter of the Moon show up. Oh no, 2 bosses for the price of 1, and you end up getting really good loot. Suddenly Trove has something that every end game player can actually work towards and farm together. You see like 50,000 people on the map. You also wouldn't have to worry about trying to pick up all the items on the ground, because the Titan Souls and Lunar Souls are only in the menus. They don't actually, like, they're not an actual item that you pick up. But anyway, that's just rambling. How long will the Essential Pack last? The Essential Pack should last forever. It's just the Power Pack upgraded. And I actually didn't notice in my patch video, just because I already, like, I don't have the pack here anymore, so I didn't actually notice that they left out the important fact that they bumped up the price of the pack. Yeah, suddenly that pack is not looking very ideal. Personally, I thought it was just the same price as the Power Pack, which was 20 bucks. And then screw you then, stupid gem box, I don't care. I thought it was just the same price and just added more stuff, but they added more stuff and bumped up the price. So it's kind of, it's not really the best anymore. Like, it really isn't that good. Can you show some end game with the Neon Ninja? No, unfortunately, I can't do that because Shadowhunter's the only class that I actually have pretty much maxed out. I don't have the Neon Ninja up or anything like that. And in general, I have had a very hard time finding time to actually grind stuff out, like grind out the other characters and stuff. So I only have the other class gem ability, I think was my Candy Barb, and that's pretty much it. I do want to get some serious grinding done with all the other characters, but unfortunately, good thing everybody's keeping me warm. But unfortunately, again, the devs didn't really balance the, I have Patron. I buy it with Flux because I'm not going to pay $30 a month just for some stupid perks. In general, even with Patron and on Saturday Experience Day, it takes way too long to level up and max out a character. Like, seriously, it does. Now, if you have the dedication for it, okay, sure, but I've got things to do and I don't have the patience for it. Then there is also the last question, which is a very common one that I always get. Will I play Overwatch? Yes, I played the beta. I absolutely loved it. I already have the game pre-ordered. I am so stoked to actually start that series in, that's like a week and a day already, and Overwatch is already out. So I hope all of you are very excited for that series as well. You know, I love the fact that the game kind of, I won't say that it's kind of the same as Trove. I just mean that the same people that are interested in Trove are interested in Overwatch, which is great for me as a content creator, but also as a gamer, because I actually really love that game. Like, seriously, it's so tight. And in a lot of ways, it's actually better than Trove. I'm just going to say straight. But I still love Trove. I'm still always going to be coming back to this game. I just kind of, like, sometimes you'll see that I'm not online. More often than not, that just means that I'm hiding. Lots of people always ask that, why aren't you on my friends list? Type /hide. You'll appear offline to everybody, including people that are on your friends, everybody. That's how it works, because otherwise lots of people always think that I unfriended them and stuff, and it's like, I don't do that. I don't go through my friends list. As you may or may not know, when I open my friends list, my game lags out for like 20 minutes until it randomly shows up, like, seriously. So I think that covered pretty much every topic. That was a weird inner burp, excuse me. But yeah, that covers pretty much everything. That's the big, okay, goodness gracious. I'm getting all flustered too. It's a longer episode. See, so long as I have topics to actually talk about, then it's all good. But the fact of the matter is that this video is going to take a while for me to edit, render, and upload. So I kind of got to rush and do that like right now so that I can have this video out for today, which was tomorrow for me, because I'm in the past right now. Hello from the past. Thanks for watching though, everybody. I very much appreciate it. Don't forget to Hadouken the like button, share favorite, and subscribe to Join Team Dixon Sign, and stay epic, everybody. Believe in yourself.